Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode. This is the Zen God, and we're going to go down the XRP rabbit hole once again. Thank you guys for all the support. I'm truly amazed. I was only expecting to get a few likes, not even 100 views on these things, and because of you guys, I'm super excited, and I'm getting a few hundred views on each video. So I'm truly amazed, and I want to thank each and every one of you. Every one of you that leave comments, every one of you that leave likes. I usually say this at the end, but the more likes, the more comments, the more feedback I receive from you guys, the more excited I am to do stuff like tonight, come out on a Friday night and make this content for you guys. So remember to subscribe, to like, to show me some love, and it's going to help me stay motivated to share this content. So the most frequently asked question is, of course, where can I even buy this stuff? It's delisted, or not delisted, it's halted from most of the popular exchanges. So this is where you want to go, Uphold. I just downloaded myself. I've been buying some off Uphold myself. Way easier, really smooth. I don't think I'll ever go back to Coinbase after using Uphold. This one is an amazing product. Now, a lot of people ask, okay, what do I do with it after? Go back and watch my previous videos on, I have 4 different wallets that I've shared with you guys. So if you want to learn about wallets, I've already posted videos. Just go back and check those out. But Uphold is where you want to go to purchase XRP. Now, there's other places, but this is where I'm personally using it. So I only share what I'm doing. But yeah, there's so much news coming out every day about XRP. So there's always cool things to talk about. So we'll start with this. All roads lead to what? We've been talking about this. All roads lead to Ripple, or under every stone, Ripple is there. So I thought this was interesting. Gene Sperling was congratulating Gary Gensler, who I've worked with and known for over 20 years. He has always fought for policies for working Americans and been willing to stand up for those in need, protection from financial abuse. A great choice for the SEC. Okay, and then Elizabeth Warren, I don't like her, but talking about Gary Gensler, how they worked together in 2008 during the crisis. So I thought that was a weird little clue during this economic crisis. I've always said that when XRP rise, it's going to be due to an economic meltdown. I think part of the creation of on-demand liquidity is for when there's a liquidity crisis and there's a huge market crash, and systemically important businesses and banks who depend on cash flows, when they crash, on-demand liquidity and XRP will be the thing that pumps the system. It's almost like if you guys seen the movie The Big Short, I highly recommend watching that and seeing how all that plays out. So I thought that was interesting how Gary Gensler worked on the 2008 crisis. But let's go back to this. Gary Gensler, who I've worked with and known for over 20 years, who is he? And it sounds like he's talking trash against the current SEC, how they weren't standing up for and protecting Americans, like we've been talking about. Under every stone is Ripple. We've been talking about that. Gene Sperling served as the National Economic Council Director and National Economic Advisor under President Clinton from 1997 to 2001, under President Obama, 2011, 2014. He was senior counselor, blah, blah, blah. The main thing is, he seems like he was talking really highly, and what that means for us, obviously it's part of Ripple. That's some clues right there. Some clues. Okay. It really seems like all systems are go right now, from the OCC to the SEC. We've seen the CFTC with Chris Brummer, the U.S. Treasury. All have, and some of these aren't confirmed, like the OCC isn't confirmed yet, but they're all crypto-friendly people that are entering these positions. So it's almost like all the systems are ready to go. We have all our people in place, ready to flip the switch. So that's what I'm taking now. We're putting all our people in position for XRP, and we're ready to go. So that's a significant news. So Gold Telegraph today posted the Bank of International Settlements Hub in Singapore has been tasked with building an international settlement platform. Purpose: allow regulated banks and payment firms to settle transactions using digital central bank currencies. Central bank digital currencies are coming. What do we see in their toolkit? The most essential and relevant is XRP. So whenever we hear the word settlements, international settlements, that's a key word. Especially if it's instant, then we know for a fact they're talking about XRP. So you see the official headline here. Bank for International Settlements goes into it. We'll focus on RegTech, next generational financial market. Who's working on the next financial market? Generational. Ripple is helping with that. They're talking about central bank money, tokenized platforms. And right here, oh, wow. I just noticed this. CBDC bridge. We know XRP is the bridge. So it's all coming out. We were conspiracy theorists before when we were talking about central bank money, digital currencies. And now it's mainstream news. However, most people haven't done the research to find out who's involved with these. Who's involved with these. One second, guys. So here's a really cool video I want to share with you guys. So I want to kind of show you what's going on behind closed doors. You're not going to find this on TV. You're not going to find this. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you. You have to do your deep due diligence. So this is, the only thing is, like when public officials do things, they have to record it and they have to document it. And people that are doing their research go deep into the files, deep to the archives, and they're able to find this stuff. Because they're public officials, they're not private officials. Public officials have to do, that's why every single Congress hearing is recorded, because it's supposed to be public knowledge. So let's watch what's actually going on behind closed doors right now in some of these meetings.
Treasury says we should harden SWIFT. I frankly don't think that's going to address the real policy, and we're losing the tools. Sorry to say this, Secretary Carter. We're losing the tools. If we keep using SWIFT for secondary sanctions, and on this,
I've been hearing that for 15 years.
but what the
We've
difference?
gotten a lot of good use out of them in the meantime.
Absolutely, but I think the runway is shortening. I think it's just shortening, and we've seen this right here in this circumstance that North Korea could have evaded sanctions, as the Secretary of Treasury said, just because they can move things across the border. But this new competition to SWIFT is real, so I concur that we should back away from secondary sanctions. And we also have to realize we have to stiffen up other tools, because SWIFT, we're in the waning days of this geopolitical tool. Secondly, as the currency director said,
Czarina, excuse me.
currency director said, is we have been leapfrogged by others, by digital currency, by digital Chinese currency. Why? Because frankly, our central bank has been slow, and there's an appointment coming in January of 22. The president's got to decide whether to change over who's leading the Federal Reserve, whether we need some new leadership there that can move us both domestically and internationally so that we can really be competing actively, that our U.S. currency system, it's under the Secretary of Treasury, but the Federal Reserve runs our payment system. And I think we need to move that Federal Reserve into the modern era.
Okay.
So those would be my recommendations.
Great. So I'm going to go to the Director of National.
So exactly what a lot of people have been speculating, the Chinese yuan has gone completely digital. And because of that, we're in a tech cold war. We're in a race. And it appears as if China is winning right now, and I believe we're positioned on purpose that way. Let them think they're winning. Let them think that. In art of war, that's what you do, right? You let your enemy think they're winning. And behind the scene, we got everything ready to go. We got XRP, American Tech, and we're a lot more advanced than they're letting people know. In a Cold War, would you tell your opponent in open what you actually got planned? No. They're letting China believe that they're ahead of us in this, and pretty much China is trying to start their own financial system, and we know how bad that would be. And like people like Facebook, Libra, and what did he mention specifically? What we've been talking about the whole time. There, he mentioned Swift. We know Swift is dinosaur technology. Who's aiming to either partner with Swift to enhance it, or who's aiming to totally replace Swift? Ripple, the company, and XRP, the asset, can do that. So that's very, very telling when you see what's going on behind closed doors. So I kind of lost. So we could actually go into it here. I'm not going to play this whole video, but I think if you're new to this, you should watch this.
While banks build walls, Ripple continues to build bridges with the aim of revolutionizing the financial world as we know it. Ripple connects banks, payment providers, and digital asset exchanges while quickly becoming the standard for digital value transfer globally. We're going to find out exactly how Ripple are trying to solve a problem measured in trillions of dollars by building the Internet of Value. Coming up. If this is your first time here and you want to learn all about cryptocurrencies, start now by subscribing and clicking on the bell so you don't miss anything. Technology has progressed so much that things like self-driving cars have become a reality, but one sector has really fallen behind, and that's international payment transfers. In the age of internet, where everything is instant, international transactions can take anywhere between days to weeks. All around the world, there are $180 trillion worth of cross-border payments made every year, with a combined cost of more than $1.7 trillion a year. If you've ever made a cross-border payment, you'll know all about the costly fees. Even services like PayPal are guilty of this. It costs about 2.9% to make an international payment using PayPal, and that's before the money lost with unfavorable currency conversions. Ripple aims to change that and make international transfers instant and cheap for everyone. Ripple is to banks what the internet is to the world. They call this concept the Internet of Value. Unlike Bitcoin, which aims to remove banks as intermediaries, banks are some of the largest users of Ripple. Released in 2012, Ripple is an open payment network for digital and fiat currency, as well as a privately held company that aims to lower the cost of international payments. These days, customers expect an easy and low-cost way to send and receive money instantly, yet existing payment systems make it hard for banks to provide this service. The main problem that Ripple tries to solve is best understood with the following example. Imagine a person in the United States trying to send money to Mexico. As you can see, there are many stops in between the sender and receiver. Each one of these stops not only slows down the transaction, but also takes a transaction fee. Ripple's distributed financial technology aims to bypass these stops by utilizing their own, more efficient payment network. XRP is the third most valuable cryptocurrency and one of the
So if you guys should definitely go watch that full video if you're new here. But just like that investor, that genius investor I showed you guys, you kind of got to observe the world around you, think a big picture. After hearing that, do you think this solves a big problem? Do you think this is beneficial for the world? Do you think people will utilize this? And people benefit? Will this make people's lives easier? Okay? So that's how I look at this. I look at the use case. I'm looking at how it's solving things. To me, that's a no-brainer. Why would I want all these other banks to touch my money when I can just send it directly there, and cheaper, faster, more effective? That's just how the world's going to turn. Let's just be real. So definitely watch that. He also did bring up Bitcoin. You know, we always do a little bit of Bitcoin news here as well. So the other day, buckle your seatbelts. New York Attorney General to decide on Tether in 30 days. So they're on a 30-day countdown. We already know the outcome. And here's the actual letter. So it's all real. Let's go to this video real quick. 71,000 views, funny.
Bitcoin, there is no income, there is no use, there is no utility. The only thing is a speculative, self-fulfilling kind of rise. And that rise is driven totally by manipulation. There's been academic study suggesting that this pseudo stable coin, Tether, is being created by fiat. This year alone, the increase in the supply of Tether has been another 16 billion out of the initial 4, so it's 20. And every time the price of Bitcoin goes down, literally overnight they issue more of this Tether that is used literally to manipulate the price of Bitcoin. So the price of Bitcoin is totally manipulated by a bunch of people, by a bunch of whales, doesn't have any fundamental value. And like in 2017, when it went from 1,000 to 2,000, and then in 18 it crashed from 20,000 down to 3,000, I think we're close to the point in which this hyperbolic bubble is going to go bust. And it's going to go bust because law enforcement authority are having an investigation of Tether and of the company behind it. And in my view, like in the case of BitMEX, that was the biggest scam and criminal derivative cryptocurrency house, has been indicted. You can have an indictment also of those who are behind Tether. When that's occurring in the next few months, there'll be a crash of Bitcoin and all the other cryptocurrencies. They're not even currencies, they're shit coins.
Guys, awesome. Yeah, so that's kind of, I'm on the same page. I have the same beliefs as him. So that's pretty shocking news. And it seems like it's on the same timeline. He said this is 30 days. Under this fake Biden administration, I think the economy only has about 30 days too. The stock market only has about 30 days. So it seems like everything that can crash down at the same time while the Phoenix rises. We keep talking about that. So I want to show you something that I'm researching because I'm completely transparent, and I'll let you guys know what I'm doing. I share with you a few altcoins. Of course, my number one is always XRP, but I do own other investments. Quant, QNT is definitely something worth researching. Quant Network currently has business development pipeline of 300 clients, consisting of financial institutions, central banks, government, health services, and other enterprise-level organizations, and established partnerships with many large and leading organizations within technology, accustomed to fake or misleading information. Yeah, there's a lot of cryptos that publish fake information about their partners. These are 100% real. Many cryptocurrency community investors disregard many of Quant announcements as being too good to be true. You can find them all confirmed partnerships below. They're working with massive partners. I think even Amazon, Oracle, and it's a great, it solves a great use case. So QNT is what I'm researching. If you want me to talk about more altcoins, leave in the comments. There's only one more thing that I wanted to show you. This is about it. It's Friday night here. So over the weekend, I work during the day. So over the weekend, I'm going to have a lot more time. If you want me to do a live stream, I'll do a complete Q&A. Whatever you guys want to know, leave it in the comment section, and I'll plan one for this weekend. So I'm really thinking about doing a live stream. I have a lot more time to make better content on the weekend as well, so expect a really fire video coming from me soon. I thought this was hilarious. We'll leave with this. So the mainstream is doing what the mainstream does. Now, what would Satoshi do? We don't know who Satoshi is. Who is he? So I don't give a fuck what Satoshi does. If he was anything real and he was really destroying the system, I believe the feds would have already found him yesterday. So who is he and why would I trust him? What would Satoshi do? Think of Bitcoin as a faith-based asset, Joe writes. They want you to be dogmatic, like I've always said. They want you to treat it like it's a religion. It's the only one. Pomp is telling people it's going to $1 million on all his things. So, I mean, that sounds funny. Like Val Jester is bagging on. So, so now Bitcoin is for the religious. Ha, ha, ha. We're all just laughing about it. So anyways, if you guys want me to do a live stream, let me know. I'll do a live stream for you guys, how to get set up. You can ask me any questions you want. And I think that'll be fun. Over the weekend, I'm going to have a lot of time to research and bring some new information to the table. We'll go more into the quantum financial system. We'll do a lot more fun. But it's Friday night. I want to go out. I want to have some fun. So you know the drill. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, share this with some friends. And I thank you guys for supporting so much. And if there's anything else you want me to get into, let me know. But this is the Zen God, and I'm going to tune out.